Okay, so I really wanted to talk about why I think you shouldn't buy a an RTX 4090 today. Um, I think it's a great video card. I do not regret buying my video card, my 4090. I have the MSI Gaming X Trio 4090, and I think it's been a great video card. I actually think it was a good deal. I'm not one of those people that are saying it's overpriced, blah blah blah. The 4090 I think is a Titan class card. It isn't just 4080, 4090, just another card. It's a Titan class card. And that's what it was, that's what it's marketed more or less for, even though they sell it as a gaming card, but it's a Titan class card. And one of the things you're buying when you're buying a Titan class card, I still trying to get used to this camera. One of the things you're buying when you're buying a Titan class card is you're buying the best. You're paying for the best. Part of the actual value that you get is the best. So this doesn't apply to you if you're buying, say, I don't know, a 4060. There was always something better than your 4060. Or like if you bought like a Radeon 7800 XT, same thing. There's always been something better. That card was never the best. It was never going to be the best. But with a 4090, that's totally different. That card was and still is, for at least several more months, the most powerful piece of consumer video card hardware money could buy. So if you go buy a 4090 today, it's not the same value. You're going to be getting it's the same thing as buying, if you like having the current phone. And I'm not saying that necessarily that's important. You don't always need to have the latest and greatest thing. But for me, for example, computers are my hobby. I don't build RC race cars. I don't have a bunch of expensive cars. I'd like to, but I don't have the money for that. I have the money for the computers. My income's such that computers are cheap, but cars are still expensive for me. So I can't just go buy, a Ferrari or a BMW M4, which is what I want. But I can afford the best video card, no problem. That's not an amount of money that phases me. So I have, for it being my hobby, I want to have the best. And so if I bought that card, I think I bought that card November 2022. So I've had the best for a year and a half now. And by the time the 5090 comes out, assuming that's what they call it, I'll have had that card for nearly 2 years, and I'll have had the best for nearly 2 years. And there's a certain value in that. And that value, it's like I was saying before, it's the same thing as if you like having the latest cell phone. If you go buy a Galaxy, S23, 2 months before they release the S24, and part of your thing is the best, you're only going to have that for a couple of months. And the double whammy of the fact that on super high-end hardware, the price generally doesn't go down substantially over the life cycle of the product. So a 4090 today, they've gone all over the place in price, but I paid $2,000, and I cannot get this camera. I think my gimbal is jacked up because it has the thing slightly cocked, and no matter what I do, I can't get it to work right. Where was I? Lost my train of thought. So I paid $2,000 for my 4090. I bought it at a very specific time. I bought it just under a month after they came out, I think. And the thing with that is that I did overpay for it. I think the model I bought, I think if I had, because I didn't pay tax because I bought it brand new in the box, but I bought it off Facebook Market. Is it a Facebook Market or OfferUp? But I paid, I think the final number worked out to maybe $250 over what MSRP would have been, which in my mind isn't that much money. But the reason I was willing to do that was because it was at the fork in the road. We were either going to become unobtainium and the cards were going to become literally impossible to get, scalped to high heavens, or the other fork was they were going to go back to MSRP, which they did. A month or two later, you were able to get one. I think the specific model I have, I think the after-tax price is like 1869 or something is what you would have paid for that model out the door. And it was an amount of money for me that it made it worth it. And now they're $2,000 again. You can get them under $2,000. Darn it. You get them under $2,000 on the used market, but a new one is basically what I paid, especially if you buy through a retailer, and you pay tax and everything on it. They've basically like I said, they've gone all over the place, but they 1849 or no, I think my MSI was like 1649 plus tax, which, I mean, when a video card gets that expensive, tax starts to add up. You're like 150, 200 bucks in tax. So in a year and a half, over a year and a half of having the best, that product is still more or less within a couple $100 of what I paid for it, but a year and a half ago. So I had all that time of the best. And if you're one of those people you're not one of those people though. If you're one of those people where you have the money to spend and you don't really care if a better one comes out, you either already have one or you decided not to buy one. But if having the best, because if having the best doesn't matter to you, then you don't need a 4090. So if having the best does matter to you, then you did need a 4090 and you've already got a 4090, or you decided you're not even going to buy one, you're going to wait till the 5090. So I think anyone looking for one today would really, really, really be better off to wait, at least wait until what are we? We're at May, June, July, August, September. At the very least, there's going to be an announcement within the next 2 or 3 months where at least you'll have a clue whether or not a 50%, maybe it won't be that much. I've seen both. I've seen both claims, but maybe 25, 30, 40% performance gain on a 5090, whatever it ends up being. At the very least, you'll have a clue. You'll know what the MSRP is. If I'm really hoping that NVIDIA prices it at $2,000. Honestly, I know that makes me sound like an a-hole because I can afford a $2,000 video card, but the thing with that is if they price the next generation 90 class card at, say, I don't know, $1,499, and they're actually available for $1,499, all of the people, and I'm not entirely certain I'm willing to pay a scalped $2,000, but all the people out there that are, and if there's some sort of AI or mining or whatever, those cards will be scalped up to $2,000. However, if the cards are $2,000 from the start, and they'll be unavailable. If they price them at $1,499, it'll be the 3080 all over again. If it's a real game-changing performance gain, it will be the 3080 all over again. If they priced it something like $1,399, $1,499, something like that. If they make it a good deal. If they make it a good deal, it's going to be 30 series fiasco all over again. So I would almost rather NVIDIA just price the card high so that those of us who actually have the money for the card can just order one. Maybe it's a little bit difficult, but worst case scenario, I pay a scalper $100 or something, whatever. But I'd rather see the next generation 90 class card at a higher price point. Basically the highest price point, because $2,000 I think really is the upper end right now. I don't think people in general are willing to pay much more than $2,000 for a card at this point. So if they're priced at $2,000 from the beginning, it kind of, at least in my opinion, unless the market really has a ceiling higher than what I'm thinking even, I really think that pricing it high like that really lowers the opportunity for shenanigans. Let's just say that. Hopefully, I mean, it's going to be the same thing as usual. You know, the new cards are going to come out, and people like me who are actually willing to plunk down our hard-earned money for the part are going to sit and watch Jay's 2 cents receive, 25 50 90s, 3 of each, 3 from 345 of MSI's version, 345 of Gigabyte's version, ditto Asus, and it's just, it's infuriating because those people get those cards for free and I actually pay for my parts. It's like, it's like they give you the finger for those of you who actually want to pay for the damn thing. But whatever. Anyway, though, that's my argument. If you're really looking for the card right now and you're trying to decide, I really think anyone that's this late to the game, unless you literally don't care about you don't care about the money, you don't care about having the best for any real length of time, and you just want the best right now, and you don't care if it's not the best in a month or two, I mean, it's a great card. I think it was worth the money I paid for it. I've been happy with it. I'm still happy with it. But I think I would definitely think twice before going out and picking one up today. Anyway, kind of my 2 cents. I'm gonna start doing a lot more of these because I think I have a valid viewpoint on a lot of this stuff. I've been around, I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this for as long as anyone that's on YouTube. I haven't really videoed it, but I just wanted to give my opinion on that. Anyway, thank you for watching the video.